morning. Well, maybe it's not a good morning. It's very early. Welcome to Somehow I Marriage. I'm Noelle, and I'm sitting here with my husband, David. And hello, David. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, David's not happy that we're up so early, but I have to catch a flight. And so I said, come on, honey, let's go record a podcast before I leave.
You look very nice today, but what happened to your face?
So our baby son, who's 2 years old, scratched the heck out of my nose. Yeah, I know.
Wow. You hear about parents beating their kids, but you don't hear about kids beating their parents.
I know. It didn't hurt as bad as it looks, actually. But
you look better than you feel.
I look better than I feel. Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I don't understand.
There's so many things that I could say. Some of them are complimentary.
But
complimentary.
Remember when you were saying that the building the other
complimental breakfast?
You were saying some building had all of the anemones, and I was like, do you mean amenities?
Amenities.
Well,
Amen.
our sponsor for this episode,
I know words,
is Pelican Catholic Gifts. Pelican Catholic Gifts offers handcrafted glass bead rosaries for any occasion. Choose from ready-to-ship rosaries or special order your own custom rosary. And they also have beautiful Catholic stickers, including one of a pelican watching over her baby pelicans, which is symbolic in Catholicism because the mother, what does she do? She does something very Eucharistic.
She lets the children peck at her, which is what your child did. You are a
That's
pelican.
Right. I'm a pelican.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
But they didn't peck her face, which sets you apart in the species.
Great. That's great. Yeah, I'm glad to be higher up in order than a pelican.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you.
Yes.
Speaking of being romantic.
And pelicans.
Our topic for today is find a wife who buys you Valentines when they're 50% off. Because that's what we do. We don't be romantic just because society tells us to be romantic, right? Am I right?
We don't be romantic. We don't be being romantic when anyone tells us, not even our spouse. Okay. You better be being romantic to me.
I thought that you would be romantic.
What gave you that idea?
All the time. I don't know.
Probably. What were you thinking?
I wasn't, clearly.
First of all, what does it mean to be? I think everybody has a different idea of what it means to be romantic. What does it mean to be romantic to you?
Well, according to
what are you expecting
my favorite movie, Pride and Prejudice,
which I have never seen in its entirety,
romance is like being really mean to each other until you actually discover that you really love each other. And
that's
then
dysfunctional.
You stand in a rainstorm, confess your love with big words, and then you get married and you live in a giant mansion.
First of all, let me tell you what's wrong here is that, first of all, the name of the movie is sin, basically. So pride is a bad thing, and prejudice, why are you so hateful? Why do you have a lot of prejudice?
They just didn't think they would like each other because they were from two different social castes. Like one is rich and one is...
Castes or castes?
Did I say castes?
Yes, you said castes.
One is rich and one is poor.
They come from castes
with lots of different anemones.
They have lots of castes that they put their castes in.
I don't know why I said that.
It's because
I'm not British and I'm not sophisticated. That's the thing.
No, I know why. It's because you aren't the bomb diggity that you think you are.
Let's have my dad design a boogaloo. David, do you mean bungalow? Okay.
All right, now you're just reaching.
Now, see, we're being mean to each other, and then we'll discover our love, and we will confess our love in a rainstorm and in British accents.
You're gonna make it rain in here in about 2 seconds.
You're gonna be like, I actually really loved you at first sight. I just didn't want to tell you I wanted to continue to be mean to you.
Not if you have that big
for
scratch.
the whole movie.
If you have that big scratch on your nose, then I can't fall in love with you at first sight.
Man,
it's gonna take
wow.
you're gonna need some healing. You're gonna need some deep healing first.
Here's the thing. So getting back to the topic of romance, what do you define?
Yeah, because
what do you define romance as? What is romance?
It's not based on a movie because Hollywood is fake.
You never watch romantic movies anyway.
I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. I think I tried and I gave it my all. I cannot look at their stinking faces and their terribly horrific, like think of a horrific word and then apply it to romantic movies like sweaty or something.
Gosh, David.
I can't watch these.
Okay, well then what is it? You just said what it's not. What is it? What is romance to you?
What is romance to me? You
don't even know.
No,
it's because you're not.
I don't even know. I don't even know how the human body works. Yet I am human. I don't need to know what romance is, and yet I am romantic.
Well, there are humans who do know how the human body works. Okay, so that's kind of irrelevant.
We call them doctors.
So basically, David and I are not super romantic.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is
true. Remember what I did to you the other day?
What did you do? You bought me...
I cleaned the house.
You did clean the house.
That was super romantic.
No. Here's what made it not romantic.
You could have come home and been like, oh, big boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
No. Here is why you made it unromantic. It's because you demanded a prize. Demanded excuse me, I just cleaned the kitchen. And then I was like,
I didn't just clean the kitchen.
I forgot to acknowledge, like, thank you so much for cleaning these rooms. That is super helpful. But then I was thinking about it while I was cleaning. Yeah. And I was like, wait a second. I don't get a prize. I'm not like, David, look, I cleaned the kitchen, and you're like, that's your job. And I'm like,
the way that you imitate me, like, or impersonate me, recall the past events by like the sound bites of this is how David sounds and then this is how I sound. You always put me as, well, I do sound childish a lot. I sound childish right now. I feel like I haven't had enough sleep, and I'm just like in this state of childness, dreamlike state. And then you're not the voice of reason in this. All right, for many reasons.
Wow. Okay.
But you're glossing over the fact it was a lot of work that I did, and many times that you did. Many times you say within our lives together, these are the days of our lives. You say like that, honey, all I want you to do is I want you to clean. Like, that is the most attractive thing to me. You're practically already there, looking like Mr. Clean. You're bald, and you have a mop. Like, that's all I have going for me. But so like that's what you have said. Like, would do it for you. I did it, and it was just not what I expected. The return, it was like that guy from the movie Pride and Prejudice, where all they're doing is yelling at each other, and then the rainstorm happens, and she's still yelling. She's still yelling at him. And what's worse is it's in the rain.
I said that I super appreciate it, but we weren't done yet. Like, we still had, because your parents were coming in town, we still had things to do. So it was a good head start, but we still had more things to get done. And so I was in the mindset of like, wow, honey, I super love and appreciate everything that you did. And now I'm going to help finish it up.
You're like, and
because your parents are coming in town tomorrow.
Why don't we finish the house, and then I can feel all the feelings of what I could feel, and I would have less pride and prejudice towards you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we have kind of romance has morphed as we have gotten older anyways, because when we were younger, we were dating, it was going out to eat, going on spontaneous trips to wherever,
canoe rides, and going over waterfalls in the canoe.
yeah, or flowers or cards and things like that. And then we're married and we had a baby pretty much within that first year of marriage. It was within the first year of marriage. And so we're busy with baby. And so romance became about like staying up late after the baby goes to bed and eating pizza, And then now I would say romance is helping each other with our chores.
The doctor has said you cannot do that.
Now I can't eat pizza.
You can't keep staying up late and eating right before bed and then falling asleep with a dribble of cheese
like, you guys
out
are
of the
getting
side
older.
of your mouth.
Your cholesterol, we're having issues, medical issues that require us to not eat pizza in bed. So
if this is the cost of our love, then we'll die in each other's arms of a heart attack.
With pizza on our face.
I think that's a Valentine is something like,
Yeah, they don't have Valentine sections for different stages of life, really, do they?
Yeah, or that make jokes about heart attacks. Like, I just want a Valentine that makes light of that.
No, that's not a good idea.
Well, for us, it's the only card that makes sense that fits us.
I know.
Okay. So
I think when it comes to couples, because we have to hurry because I have to catch a flight.
Yeah. Sorry. I have to go too.
Yeah, I know. We're so important. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean like I'm keeping an eye on the time. But
it's like one person's really enjoying spending time with it, and then you're like, but I have to go. Oh yeah, I have to go too. I thought that never happened in our marriage.
Like, so romantic.
I thought, no, we're not.
No,
and then the reason why the candy is 50% off is because we're buying it the day after Valentine's Day, which I think
because we can afford it better.
Yes, mi amo por, mi nombre por.
Yeah, mi amo. I love myself poor. I don't know how to translate that. Okay. Well, at least somebody does. No,
mi amor, poor.
David, more Spanish.
That's very prejudiced.
No more Spanish for you.
What? So, no, like I think Saint Valentine would approve. First of all, I don't think that he likes what people have done with his day. I don't think he likes what has become of it.
Probably not.
Same thing, Santa Claus, and same thing, Jesus probably too with Easter. So all these guys are going to come back with wrath. But before that, when they do come back, when Jesus comes back in all his glory with a cloud of witnesses, and Saint Valentine is with him, I think he's going to approve of our behavior around the time of his special day. That basically we do not subscribe to all the hoopla and bomb diggity surrounding the day where you buy the chocolates, you got to buy the cards that talk about your heart attack and how you love to have one with your spouse or significant other or boyfriend. And we buy that stuff afterwards, the day after, when it's half off. And if you can find some that is the 2 days afterwards, it's even juicier.
60%.
It is juicier. It's more stale, but it is a juicy. The price is not stale. It's fresh. Yes, it's plump.
Well, so okay. I think Saint Jose Maria Escrivá says something.
Well, what do you think? But what do you think of all of that I just said right there? I think that is. I think Saint Valentine would approve of that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was about to say my thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I think that
by changing the saint, okay.
Saint Maria Jose Maria Escrivá said something along the lines of like, women complain that their husbands are no longer romantic as they were when they were dating, but husbands complain that women no longer take time on their appearance in the same way that they did when they were dating.
Yeah, you have all these scratches on your face.
I'm in a fight with a gremlin. But it is, I think you just, as you get more mature in your relationship, I think you have to redefine what is romantic for you in terms of your current state of life. So for us, it's impractical to go to a super nice steakhouse and spend all this money on roses and things like that. We don't have the money for that. We don't have the time. By the time you pay a babysitter, you got to go to McDonald's, you know?
But do we redefine? I don't know if we redefine. That's like where we sit down and we write out a new definition.
I know. I didn't want to use that word because it's overused so much right now. But at the same time, I think
you sound like Will Smith's wife. Let's redefine our relationship.
Wow. Okay. Bam.
And now I'll have a scratch on my face. Oh, we have matching scars. That could be another Valentine's Day. Wow, another Valentine's card.
Okay, welcome to Cards by David. Fresh, insulting, and violent.
Offensive.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to go in 2 minutes.
Every time we get into it, every time it starts to get fun, you like look at your watch and you're like, I'm sorry, but I need to go. Yeah, like just plummeting any sense of love, any sense of affection.
No,
like,
Cinderella. Ever heard of her?
Yeah, I'm gonna cry on my bed right now.
I have to go. It's midnight.
I just been rejected by my
No, it's part of the pursuit.
Stepmother.
I have to go. Oh my gosh, it's
I
midnight,
feel like one of those,
and you have to chase me. I
feel like one of those Disney princesses, like where I go
scenario,
cry on my bed right now because you're just like,
princess.
yeah, I gotta go right now. Sorry,
David.
Like,
Cinderella is the one who has to go. In this scenario, I am Cinderella. You are not Cinderella.
If anything, you're Drizella because you got those big feet.
Wow. Okay.
And then you're like, I'll make it fit.
Speaking of, like, being romantic,
I have swaths of romance. Okay, I'll let you know because I'll tell you.
I've come down with a case of David's romance. So yeah, I think.
What?
And the only thing that will help it is more Cards by David. Oh my goodness.
Those are expensive.
But so just wrapping up, I think for me, the most romantic thing at this stage of my life is not flowers and chocolate and dinner out, but it is finding time for quality time. And it is romantic when you go above and beyond to help me with the things that are overwhelming me, whether that's house or kids. What for you, what is a romantic thing that I could do or should at some point do? Okay, besides that.
I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I did none of the things.
You did the thing.
I did nothing.
I
just sat here.
Laughed like a 4-year-old kid. Okay.
I haven't had any sleep. You got me up and you said, we got to do a podcast. And then I'm like, what can be something romantic for me that I need? What do I need? What is it that makes me feel romanticized? What do I
Oh my gosh,
need?
David.
Everyone is listening to me right now.
Okay. Do you really want to be Kevin from The Office? Just saying. Oh my goodness.
I am so over you right now.
Okay, great. So can I go now?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's pretty simple. Food. I want to be wined and dined.
David.
You never asked me this before.
Okay.
What do I need?
While I'm gone for the weekend, I want you to spend some time thinking about it. And then we'll resume a part 2.
I want you to sit here and think about your actions.
I want you to sit here and think about what is romantic to you. This is because we're not romantic, guys. This is hilarious. So we had actually when we were
I am romantic, but No,
No, you're the one who's romantic, and I'm not the romantic one.
Sometimes, I just need a guitar pedal.
Yeah.
I want you to
buying things.
No. Well, for me,
I can buy your love. I can buy your love.
You can. It's the Boss octave pedal.
Oh no.
OC5.
Okay. On that
pedal.
note,
and I want you to put a red ribbon around it.
Oh my God.
And I want you to be like, David, sit right here. I got something for you. You're gonna love. And then you go get it. See how I impersonated you, and stole your identity. And then you go and get it. And then that to me, that would just excite me. It really would. It.
Okay. Turn on our cue music,
our
ending music. I gotta
turn
go.
on.
No.
Yes.
Oh, David.
That would.
Oh my God. Just thinking about this pedal. Okay. All right. Anyways, we'll resume for part 2 next week on how David and Noelle are not romantic at all.
You want rose petals and I want guitar pedals. That's another Valentine by David.
That's another cards by David. So our sponsor today again was Pelican Catholic Gifts. Check them out for their glass bead rosaries for any occasion.
You look like a pelican with your face pecked off like that.
All right, that's